want to take a few minutes and talk about a book that answers a question a lot of you have asked me, especially as we discuss why we follow a madhhab. The taqlid means trusting the Imams' decisions, their answers. How did they actually derive anything? What's the process? That process has a name. It is called Usul al-fiqh, the principle of jurisprudence. And in the Hanafi tradition, the door into that entire science is one small foundational book, Usul al-Shashi. Fiqh gives you the ruling. Wudu is obligatory before salat. For example, Usul al-fiqh is a level above that. It gives you the rules for how a ruling gets extracted from the Quran and Sunnah in the first place. How did you read a command? Does in established salat means obligatory or recommended? How do you handle a general text versus one that specifies as khas? What happened when two authentic hadith appear to say different things? This is not the guesswork. It is a structural methodology refined over centuries. Let me give you one real example of that kind of principle this book teaches. Usul al-Shashi discussed the difference between a general command, and khas, a specific one. Take the ayah on divorce. Women who are divorced shall wait 3 menstrual periods. Thalatha quru'. The number 3 is khas, specific, clearly stated. Must be acted upon exactly as given. No room for interpretation on the count itself. But then look at the word quru itself. That word is genuine, ambiguous in Arabic. It can mean the menstrual period itself, or the period or purity, or the period or purity between 2 menstruations. This is where the Imam Abu Hanifa and Imam Ash-Shafi'i, both immensely qualified it, looked at the same ayah and derived 2 different rulings. Not because one of them was careless, because Usul al-Fiqh gives trained scholars a structured way to weigh linguistic ambiguity, and reasonable qualified minds can weigh it differently. That's the whole point of studying this book. It doesn't just hand you an answer. It teaches you how answers are built. And it shows you why 2 respected Imams can look at the same text and reach different, both legitimate conclusions. That's not confusion. That's a discipline. This is why traditional scholars have taught this book first for centuries, before moving students into more advanced usul texts. Usul al-Shashi is deliberately written in simple and accessible language, so a beginner can enter this noble science without being overwhelmed. It's the doorway, not the whole house, but you cannot skip the doorway and expect to understand the house. If you've been following our earlier conversation on taqlid, and you're wondering how to go deeper, not to reject the madhhab, but to actually understand its bones, this is where you start. Find a qualified teacher, open Usul al-Shashi, and let this text teach you not what to believe about a ruling, but how that ruling was built. That is the difference between inhering a tradition and actually understanding it.